Welcome back, horror fans, to Slash Sisters. I'm Slash Sister Hallie.
And that makes me Slash Sister Jen. And today we are diving into one of the strangest, most uncomfortable movies we've ever reviewed.
Yes, so John Travolta, bowl cut mullet.
Yep.
Obsession. It's the Fanatic.
I'm not a stalker. This movie asks what happens when celebrity culture, horror thriller vibes, and questionable creative choices collide.
Apparently you get this, a stalker flick directed by Fred Durst. Yep, the Limp Bizkit guy.
Yeah, him. And don't worry, we do get a nice Limp Bizkit nod, like full-on Limp Bizkit nod in the movie. So.
Yeah, but it's a song that not a lot of Limp Bizkit fans even fucking know.
I didn't recognize it.
It's off the 7-song EP, The Truth.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was a huge Limp Bizkit fan back in the day.
So this movie is fucking awkward. It's cringy. It's disturbing. And honestly, we don't even know if it's scary or just really sad.
Oh no, it's definitely sad.
It's fucking sad.
It's sad in the aspect like Candyman is sad.
Yeah.
But they're both disturbing.
Yes.
Both films are very disturbing.
That said, I wouldn't call this movie a horror movie.
It's more of a psychological thriller.
However, there is a lot of really funny horror things involved in this movie that made me go, okay, I see why we're doing this.
But it also makes it perfect for us to tear apart in the best way possible.
Yeah, so grab your autograph book, don't knock too hard on the door, and for the love of horror, please don't wear that haircut. It's real bad. Look, my son has a mullet, but it ain't like that.
Yet.
I mean, we'll see.
You shaved the sides of his head at one point, so
yeah.
it was kind of like that, just with a
but
longer
not like
back.
that. Not like that.
It had a longer back. That was the only difference.
It's cuter, and he's 5. So, anyways.
Please stop. Anyway, it's time to fangirl and just keep rolling into the Fanatic.
This one over here.
I was a big Limp Bizkit fan back in the day.
Hey, don't get me wrong. I like...
This, believe it or not, this shirt is over fucking 25 years old. So.
Yeah, that's star shit.
Star shit?
Shit.
Star shit?
I mean, that's what it is, right?
No.
Chocolate starfish. It's what it is.
It was Fred's nickname.
Yes. Anyways, so let's just have fun on it. So this, I liked Limp Bizkit too, but not as much as you did. So let's hop into the movie. You guys, Moose, played by John Travolta, is an autistic man, which we discussed this right before we started recording. I want to just go ahead and address it right now at the front of the movie. John Travolta plays an autistic man. He, as Hallie informed me right before, portrayed based this character off of his autistic son, which...
Or based the mannerisms.
The mannerisms. Not the character itself.
Not the character itself. The mannerisms and the way he behaves is based off his autistic son, who tragically passed away in 2009.
Right. So I will say it maybe is the only reason that I'm accepting of him playing a role like this. I mean,
it's more accepting for somebody to play an autistic person who hasn't dealt with experience of handling autistic people.
Agreed.
Now, if you have somebody, I'm thinking back to like Tropic Thunder, with Ben Stiller's character and Robert Downey Jr. going back and forth, and he's like, "You never go full."
Yeah.
Never go full. I'm gonna have to pick that out.
Yeah, you are. That's okay. But you know, yeah, it's this. I will say of John Travolta's performance, he's great. Mm-hmm. He does play this character very, very well. Mm-hmm. And if there's anything to say about this movie, it's that John Travolta does really play this character well.
He did exactly what he could with what he was given.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So anyways, Moose is an autistic man who works as a street performer on Hollywood Boulevard. He is an avid film buff, and...
Actually, I believe Fandango at Home calls him a rabid film buff.
Okay, rabid film buff. He fills his apartment with memorabilia from various movies, including those of cult movie star Hunter Dunbar, who was played by Devon Sawa.
Who is no stranger to this channel or horror films in general.
Or my heart. Anyways, he has developed a very unhealthy parasocial relationship, an obsession with Hunter Dunbar, to the point where he stands in front of the mirror having conversations with Hunter Dunbar, and
he's trying to
I know he's trying to like figure out what he's gonna say when he meets him, but it becomes obsessive.
Oh no.
Yeah, but.
When Moose finally gets an opportunity to meet him and get an autograph, he loses his chance when Dunbar's ex-wife, Brenda, abruptly arrives and starts an argument. As Dunbar storms away, Moose follows him, begging for an autograph, only for a frustrated Dunbar to rudely accost him. Honestly, had he just given him the fucking autograph, we wouldn't even have had a movie.
Yeah.
And the fact that he couldn't tell that he was autistic annoyed the fuck out of me.
It's very obvious. It's very obvious.
It's painfully obvious.
It's not
so painful that it's become.
It's not just an awkward person standing there not knowing what to say to someone that they are obsessed with. This guy obviously followed him to the alley. Doesn't understand that at this point.
Doesn't understand boundaries.
Doesn't understand that at this point he should not be asking for an autograph in the back alley at this point.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I mean, if Hunter hadn't had just acknowledged the fact that this is not just a regular fan, this is someone who has some differences about them that makes them a little bit more obsessive about things.
That's one thing that I can give Disney, terrible corporation to work for, do not sue me, but that is one thing that I will give like the performers in Disneyland. They take their time and allow the autistic people to touch them, hug them, whatever they need to do to get like their fan fix on, because they understand that they're, for lack of a better term, special needs people. So you have to give those special needs people their special needs. But Dunbar does not understand that.
Yeah. Which is really just unfortunate.
Yes.
Later, Moose's friend, a young paparazzia named Leah, shows Moose a mobile app that is called, what is it? The Star Map app.
Star Map app, yeah. Which that does not exist, people.
No, thank goodness, too.
That being said, though, you do go out to Hollywood, you can buy star maps off of street vendors for, like...
They're not accurate, though.
Some of them are.
Some of them are. You might be able to find some places.
Right, but you're not going to be able to find, like, every celebrity, because they're not going to...
They don't want you to know where they are. Well, I wouldn't want anybody to know where I am if I was a celebrity like that.
Some celebrities do actually allow their stuff to be published, and then they have trams that drive by and be like, and this is Jamie Lee Curtis's house, and this is Kane Hodder's house. I say them because they're fans of theirs, but irregardless. I mean, you can get out there and find your way to some celebrity house. Right. That's the point I'm making.
Right. Anyways, so this Star Map app is a mobile app, not real, as Hallie said, that publishes the home addresses of famous celebrities, including Hunter Dunbar. Moose ends up going and visiting Dunbar's house. He just stands outside with a letter that he wrote to him. And can I just say, like, this scene when he's writing the letter is, like... very much the video for Stan from Eminem, where he's like writing the letter, like, you need to be nicer to your fans. I've stood in line forever. Devon Sawa played Stan in the video. Yeah. So, I mean, it was very much like I was like, okay, I see what you're doing here, guys. Anyways, so he does have this letter that he wrote for Hunter, and he's standing outside of Hunter's home, begging him for an autograph.
Right. Dunbar, fearing for the safety of his young son around Moose, tells him to stay out of their neighborhood, reluctantly signing Moose's shirt as an autograph. Moose returns by climbing a fence and is scared off by Dunbar's housekeeper, Dora. Despondent, Moose gets into an argument with Leah and then violently attacks Todd, a cruel fellow street performer who is also a grifter.
Yeah. Like, basically, like, he and Leah, like, she confronts him.
She's also like the only true friend that he has in this entire ordeal.
Yeah, she's basically like, don't go too far. I know you went to his house. Like, please do not use this. You promised me you weren't gonna go there, and you went. And this is before, apparently, at some point, he starts posting things to his social media. But they get into it, Leah and Moose do, and then he's literally, like, accosted by... Todd's such a fuck.
So Todd is a street illusionist, and he also has a pickpocket friend who's played by Bill Paxton's son.
Is that really? Wow, that's funny.
Yeah, that's Bill Paxton's son.
Oh, that's too funny.
But Todd is a very crude performer who had earlier harassed and tormented Moose.
Yeah.
To which a security guard, like...
basically said, like, you gotta stand up for yourself, man.
Yeah. Yeah. And eventually he does.
So, but in the meantime, Moose decides to return to Hunter Dunbar's home. And he is once again caught by Dora. So he had actually dropped the letter in the backyard. And
while Dora is beating him.
Yeah. So he like went to try and get the letter back. And she finds the letter and she starts beating him. He's like, no, don't take the letter. And she starts beating him with like it looks like a duster sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like a cleaning implement of some kind because she is Dunbar's
the maid.
housekeeper.
Yeah. Now rewind to right before this happened. Hunter kissed his maid. Okay? So he kissed her right on the mouth, leaving behind DNA, I assume. Anyways, so she is trying to shoo him off. He gets scared and pushes her away, inadvertently causing her to fall and bust her head, and it kills her. He then sneaks into Dunbar's house and starts going through all of his personal belongings and then hides in a closet and waits.
Yeah. Later, Dunbar returns home and falls asleep with some type of pain medication and beer.
And some kind of a sleeping aid, too, I think.
Yeah.
Because, he looked through all of his medications, too.
And brushed his teeth with, could have been his toothbrush, could have been his son's.
Yeah, because he said his son's found his son's toothbrush on the floor or something.
Moose touches his body and takes photos next to him. He even kisses him on the forehead, which he uploads to his social media accounts before falling asleep and in the morning fleeing the scene because he slept through the fucking night.
Yeah. He fell asleep in the chair next to him, and then Hunter's alarm starts going off, and it wakes up
Moose first.
And Moose, luckily, gets out of there before Hunter wakes up. Luckily, I don't fucking know. I really don't fucking know with this movie.
Like, we'll discuss the ending when we get there, but it's implied like what's going to happen next because it does kind of end abruptly without like a resolution to the whole conflict of this. Yeah, but we'll discuss that later.
The following day, Hunter sees Moose on the street.
Actually,
and
it's the same day. Moose is walking away.
Yeah, he's walking away that morning.
He's walking away that morning, and then Dunbar confronts him one more time.
Yeah, but this is also the scene where they get in the car. It's him and his son. They get in the car, and he's like, "You like Limp Bizkit?" And he turns on a Limp Bizkit song, and then they go, like really speeding, pretty good, But he's like, "This is from my childhood. Like this is what I rocked out to." And it's a really funny scene.
And it's not either,
I guess,
because that song came out in 2007.
Yeah, it's.
Like,
good job,
it's
Fred.
Not even classic Limp Bizkit.
Come on, Fred. You just need to have one of your songs, and yeah, I guess you did. It's your song. Okay. Okay, Fred Durst, get it. Anyways, so he sees Moose, like they're blasting Limp Bizkit. They pull up on the street and they see Moose walking away from their house. He gets out and threatens to kill him if he sees him again, and also calls him a stalker.
To which Moose does not respond well.
No. I mean, he screams, "I'm not a stalker!" Moose then has a complete mental breakdown and burns all of his Hunter Dunbar memorabilia, including this he paid $300 for it. It was worth a lot more. Leather jacket from a movie that he did. It says like, Rico on the back of it.
Yeah, it's like Vampire
Slayer something or other. Yeah, I don't know.
Something like that.
So he burns the jacket, he burns all of his memorabilia, DVDs, VHSs, everything. And Leah visits him at the house and confronts him about his behavior. Basically, like, is like, you cannot be posting things like this on social media. You're gonna get yourself in trouble. And she threatens to go to the police.
As well she should have.
Agreed. And saying that it's for his own good. But Moose kicks her out and blocks her on social media. He's like, you're blocked from my life. Yeah. Anyways.
Moose then returns to Dunbar's home while he's asleep and ties him to his bed. After Dunbar wakes up, Dunbar wakes up and sees Moose laying on the floor, thinking that Moose is dead.
Right. And he's like, oh, you stupid fuck. Because there's a puddle of blood. And Dunbar's laying on the floor with blood around his head. Or, yeah, Moose is laying on the floor with blood around his head.
But after Dunbar wakes up, Moose taunts him with a series of cruel and violent pranks. Terrified Dunbar pleads for Moose to let him go with promises of autographs and friendship. Moose agrees and unties Dunbar, who brutally attacks him.
Okay, but, like, can we talk about, like, kind of a series of pranks? Because they're kind of funny. So he's laying in a puddle of blood. It's fake blood. He sits up and he's like, ha ha ha, Saw, game over. And he stands up. So he starts, like, acting out all these little, like, scenes from horror movies. He comes out with a Jason mask on. And, like, Hunter Dunbar starts freaking out because he sees him with the knife in his hand. But you can clearly tell that it's a retractable knife. Like, come on. What else does he do? There was at least those two. There was a third one.
He grabs the gasoline can and pours what is supposed to be gasoline.
He's like, it's just water.
Yeah.
So he's just, I mean, he's really, and really having him tied up that way is kind of reference to Misery.
The whole film's a reference to Misery when you think about it. With a crazed fan keeping a prisoner, their crush or whatever you want to call it. Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, this whole scene is a nod to Misery.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so he does convince Moose to untie him. Like, Moose is, okay, here's the thing about Moose. He's actually a really sweet guy. Does he have problems? Yes. Is he misunderstood? Yes.
I personally think that perhaps maybe if he had some mental health counselors in his life and probably some legal pharmaceuticals, he wouldn't be as bad as he is, or as
agitated and unhinged. Yeah, for sure. So after he gets untied, Dunbar immediately reaches behind his headboard and grabs a shotgun.
It's not a shotgun. It behaves like a shotgun, but it's not a shotgun.
A weapon.
It's a sawed-off rifle.
Okay. Yeah. And he shoots Moose's hand off completely. Well, not completely. His fingers.
The 4 fingers off of his right hand.
All 4 fingers. He then grabs a knife from his bedside table.
Not a retractable knife.
Yes, and from his bedside table, and cuts himself loose and jumps on top of him and takes his eye out. And essentially just like regains his composure and calmly walks Moose out of his house. But now he's covered in blood. Mm-hmm.
Moose aimlessly wanders the streets of Dunbar does bandage his hand.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he wraps it up.
And then he picks him up and then walks him out. Mm-hmm. He thought heavily about killing him, though. He literally did. He was on top of him, knife in his hand, getting ready to stab down. And then he saw how terrified Moose was. Oh, yeah. And I think at that point he realized, I'm not dealing with an ordinary person.
Mm-hmm. It took him way too fucking long to realize that.
Way too fucking long. So he bandages his hand and then he sends him on his way. Moose aimlessly wanders the streets of Hollywood and passing tourists request to take photos with him, believing that he is a performer in prosthetic makeup.
Yeah.
Leah finds him and takes him to the hospital. Meanwhile, Dunbar is arrested by police who mistakenly believe he killed Dora.
Yeah, because the groundskeeper likely found her body. This is what I don't understand. It was at least 2 days before that Dora was killed, right? Mm-hmm. And her body was just there.
And Dunbar didn't look in his backyard at all?
Didn't wonder where the maid was. The police didn't show up before that to find the body.
So
there was no investigation. There was no...
there's actually a deleted scene that ties this together. It's like shortly after the maid is killed, his ex-wife shows up at her house, sees her, freaks out, and calls the cops.
Well, that would have made a lot more sense. Why'd we cut that out? The movie was only 88 minutes long. It's not like we needed it to be... You couldn't have added 3 minutes? 88 minutes. It's an important number.
It's an important number in horror films because the vast majority of horror films are roughly
88 minutes.
It's weird.
So, yeah, I mean, it's not like we couldn't have... And maybe that's why he wanted to keep it at the 88 minutes. But whatever. It's not like we couldn't have had that. We could have cut... If you wanted to keep it at 88 minutes, we could have cut some of the Hollywood scenes. The Hollywood Boulevard scenes. To cut a little bit of time to include that.
No, definitely.
That would have made the whole thing make a lot more sense. So this whole movie has... Oops, sorry. I'm always doing that, guys. What's new? This whole movie has kind of been being narrated in a, like, noir sort of style.
By
Leah. And so we get to the end, and Leah comes back in with her narration and describes that Moose eventually looks at his injuries like a badge of honor, followed by a drawing of a happy moose with a pirate hook and a patch eye, an eye patch over his missing eye. And Leah is included in the angel in the picture behind him as a guardian angel.
Right. And that is kind of where we end the film. Actually, that is exactly where we end the film, because then it cuts to black and credits roll and everything like that. All of that animation that's in throughout this was done by Wes Borland, by the way.
Okay. That's cute. Very nice.
Right.
Yeah.
So the implication at the ending is that Hunter Dunbar, while being arrested, does not say what's going on or say anything to the cops about the stalker or anything like that, because he's been instructed, like he knows these situations and knows not to say anything without the presence of a lawyer. So it's implied that he's going to reveal the stalker at the police station once his lawyer's present and all this other stuff, and can advise legally on how to proceed and everything like that. Other than that, he's just going along with the process because it's due process.
Right.
So that's the ending that is implied but not explicitly stated as to what's happening. So this is a hard watch. It was a hard watch for me, but I did enjoy the acting in it. I thought John Travolta was good. I thought Devon Sawa played an ass to a T. You know, and I think personally, had he just given Moose the fucking autograph, one, we wouldn't have had a film, obviously, but it could have resolved so many other issues.
Yeah.
You know.
My thoughts on this movie are, yes, John Travolta acted. His acting was fantastic. He really was very good. I'm not usually a big John Travolta fan, to be completely honest. But he was really great. Devon Sawa, also really great. The story's awful.
So as I was telling Jenny before we started recording this today, this is loosely based off of a real life event that happened to Fred Durst, even down to like the type of clothes that Fred's stalker was wearing. This stalker actually broke into Fred's house and was behaving in a similar fashion to what Moose is behaving to Hunter Dunbar in this film. So he took this and just expanded it out as and like made it a little even more stalker-ish, you know.
So like, what does that say about Fred Durst? If it took Hunter Dunbar this long to realize, like, oh shit, this guy's different. Sorry, I got issues with this movie. I really do. For one thing, we spend the entire fucking movie beating up on this guy. Not one good thing happens to him. None. Everything that happens to him is...
He gets the vest at a discounted price. That's one good thing that happened to him. I'm not saying it's very good, but it's a good thing that happened to him.
Okay. But we literally spend the entire movie bullying him. Everyone around him bullies him. The only people that are even remotely nice to him in the entire film are Leah and the security guard.
Yep.
Everyone else treats him like shit.
The comic book owner, or whatever, the collectibles owner, is fairly nice to him. That he's the guy that gave him the discount on the vest and everything like that.
Yeah.
So,
But, like, in general, like,
No, yeah,
we spend
agreed.
the entire movie beating up on this guy.
Yeah,
okay?
Which is why it's a cringe watch.
Yes. And then there's no moral to the story whatsoever. There's no good resolution. There's no...
Oh, the moral to the story is to be a good fucking human.
Okay. Agreed. But I also don't think that this has any... It's not Moose's fault in any way. Moose has gotten... Did Moose do things that he shouldn't have?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, he did.
Absolutely.
Was he aware
Did he
of his
go too
actions?
far? I don't think he really was. I think he was
No, he
aware
was not.
enough, but he was not... He knew what he was doing, but he didn't really understand that what he was doing was
that the
wrong.
implications of what he was doing was that wrong. That
Yeah.
He thought that what he was doing was okay to an extent. I think.
Because there was an app that told him where to go.
Mm-hmm.
So in his head, it was okay to go.
And according to him, Leah told him to download the app. No, the fuck she didn't.
No, she just told him about it.
Mm-hmm.
She told him about how she finds celebrities.
Because she's a paparazzi.
I have issues with this movie. Is it shot well? Yes. Is it acted well? Yes.
I think it's directed well.
I think it's directed well as...
For Fred Durst's third attempt behind the camera directing people, other than like music videos, obviously.
Yeah.
This is his third feature film that he's directed. He's directed 2 other films. The Education of Charlie Banks, and believe it or not, The Long Shot, starring Ice Cube and Keke Palmer.
Huh.
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Right.
So for me, honestly, it's a bloody machete down. I did not think that it was horror. There's some cool horror things to it that I like, but I didn't think that it was horror.
Horror in a way because of the torment that one Moose is going through.
Agreed.
The alleged torment that Hunter Dunbar's going through. The homages to, like we said, Misery and like Moose acting out different horror scenes from his favorite films and stuff like that. It's like horror adjacent. It's almost in the vein of like Silence of the Lambs and stuff like that.
Right.
So for me, it is going to be a bloody machete up. I did enjoy it, even though it is a cringy watch.
I didn't enjoy watching it. It made me feel icky the whole time.
I did feel icky, but I thought that it was done.
It was shot well. It was acted
part,
well, but
yeah.
it's not something I'll ever watch again. It made me feel icky. It's a down for me. Sorry.
And with that, we're gonna break some stuff and get this the hell out of here.
Break something tonight.
You know, a pack of chainsaw.
I'll skin your ass raw. Okay, so what are we doing next week? Speaking of skinning your ass raw, some kind of a reference there, yeah.
A clue, Sherlock.
A clue. So skinning your ass raw.
We're gonna continue down it's
franchise territory.
Technically,
A little bit a backup into franchise territory.
Technically franchise territory. Technically not, because this is not part of the said franchise, but it is part of the character's overall story.
Yes.
What are we talking about? Well, it's a character that's already been on our channel once prior.
And he'll be here again. Don't you worry.
And I just referenced the film that we did earlier, too. Actually, I name-dropped it completely.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to go back to the minds of Hannibal Lecter with Michael Mann's
Manhunter.
Not Red Dragon, as it should have fucking been titled.
Agreed. But we do get Red Dragon later, which is very close comparison to this movie as well.
Yeah, but
because they're based off of the same movie or same book.
Yes, which is entitled Red Dragon. And basically this is the first Hannibal Lecter story.
Yes.
So the way the books went, it was Red Dragon, Silence of the Lambs, Hannibal, and then, believe it or not, Hannibal Rising, which is the prequel, which is the story of Hannibal in World War II, growing up and discovering his taste for human flesh.
Right.
But
So
we are talking about Manhunter.
So make sure you come back next week where we will be talking about Manhunter. Watch it this week. It's actually a really fantastic watch.
It's very much a product of its time.
Oh, it definitely is.
Very much a product of its time. This movie was done in '86.
Yep.
And it very much feels like a very 80s, like, crime drama.
Yeah, for sure. But it's a fun watch. So make sure you watch it and then come back to us next week. Until next time, make sure you slash the subscribe button.
Stab that like button.
And ring-a-ling the grave bell so you don't get buried alive. You stay up to date on all that we're doing right here on the Tube of You, as Sally likes to say. Yeah. And, until next time, we will see you all
in the afterlife.